Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, we're going to talk about something different, right? We're going to leave the whole Hydra situation on the side for a little bit because, well, it's going to be quite a big fuss happening in the next week, or it's already happening, and we're just going to have to wait and see what's, what will be, how it's going to look, right, after the Hydra changes will be implemented. But in the meantime, there's something really important that's happening from my point of view, if you care about something like this, and that's the fact that we're getting close to the end of the Asgard Divide, right? So we have the event dungeon going on for still another 1 week and 6 days. So pretty much we're on the last stretch, right? That's like just a couple of weeks, and it's going to be the last chance, right, for you to try and obtain yourself some of this pinpoint gear, especially if we're talking about the accessories, right? And depends where you're farming, right? You don't necessarily have to always go to stage 30 if you're not at the point where you can beat it. You can still do stage 20, you can still get 5-6 star gear, same thing for accessories. But I do believe that most people that, care a little bit at least about arena should be trying to get this, right? Should be trying to get themselves a few sets, maybe go through your roster and see who you have. So the reason I want to emphasize on this set is it's especially powerful as a counter for arena, especially, mostly endgame arena, when it comes to polymorph, right? That's kind of like the bane of arena. That's the most annoying thing in arena from the beginning till the end game. It's the thing that can be the most annoying. And having this set, right, so at least 4 pieces gives you 1 stack of intercept that can block that polymorph. If you have 6 pieces, it gives you 2, and then if you have 9 pieces, it gives you 4, right? So the ideal one for, once you get to the endgame arena is to try and get 9 pieces of intercept on your people. Let me give you some examples, right? Some of the ones that maybe you would want to get that on is somebody like a Roman to Drakesplat, right? He's really powerful debuffer for arena. He can remove buffs, place block active skills, block passive skills, lots of debuffs on his A2, so he's definitely one of the really used ones. Somebody like Ikaimar could come back into play if you want to build him for arena, because again, he can remove buffs and then play sleep on them. So even even people like Madame Ceres, which kind of used to be not as powerful anymore because, again, polymorph, right? She removes buffs, puts debuffs. She was bad. Well, she can come back into play if you have a fast team with her removing buffs or having a chance to remove it at least on skin, and then putting decreased defense and decreased attack. I guess I'm not gonna go too much through this, but if you want me to make a list of like what I believe to be like top 10 best people to wear pinpoint, let me know in the comments down below and I can make that as a video. But the idea is, at the end of the day, like I said, pinpoint is a pretty good gear set if you care about arena, right? If you do care about arena, you want to get it. However, it can be difficult. So what are the teams that you can use for this, right? How can you farm it? What should you be doing? Well, first of all, this is one of my teams. For example, I can show you, this is what I'm using right now. This one used to be Artak, but because I have my Gnut be slower, sometimes they get a turn and I lose. So this is pretty much the team that I'm using. It's a pretty fast one. It relies on 2 mechanics, the enemy max HP way plus the HP burns and activations, and then I do rely on my slower Gnut having that soul reap, right? This time I didn't even need it, but I usually rely on that and try to just, one-shot the boss. So what teams are also really good and useful for this? Well, if you go over here, the easiest way to do it sometimes is just click on boss guide and then go to teams of the week. Something like this doesn't work anymore though, right? This one was basically not working as intended. They had the passes of Feral were stacking, so this was basically one-shotting the boss. This doesn't work, but you can see some examples of going like, just full enemy max HP damage with a spider. Then again, 3 Gnut with damage. Like, most of them are gonna have a ton of Gnut. However, you can see some other ones like this, but again, these ones rely on having Siegfried, which has that hit that after he kills something, he does the excess damage to everybody else, which can pretty much one-shot things. Then we see a variation over here that, looks more relatable. I guess Shuzen is not as relatable, but, you have Loki, you have Romantu, Lydia, it's a full awakened Tranda, I get it, but still, another option. Ugo's another variation, but, most of the time you see the enemy max HP ones. However, there are some other ones that can actually work, and the best way to do it is open up Hell Hades as optimizer, right? Let me just show you. So you go to over here, you open the optimizer, then you would click Team Optimizer, and then you would select over here Event Dungeon, and then look at the stage that you want. So for example, let me say I go to stage 30, find a team. And basically the game, the option that it gives me is stuff like this. It says how many battles. I always suggest going like this. Put this to at least 90% success rate and put it to at least like 20 runs, okay? And then apply the filter and see what it gives you. So an example it shows me here is using Spider, Gnut, Marius, and then Nothorian. Another one over here is using Theodore, Sia, Gnut, and then Sulfurion. If you want to see exactly how these teams are built, just click on the variation and it should pretty much show you the speeds. And I think, I'm not 100% sure if this is for non-premium or not, but I do have the premium. It does show, if I click on view the team, the stats, the speeds, the presets that they have, right? Who starts with what, so you can check it out like this. But I guess most people will not have the double Gnut, right? This might be problematic, it's not as easy. You can keep scrolling down. I guess normally if you don't have Gnut, it's not gonna show anything with Gnut, right? But let's keep scrolling down, let's see with one Gnut. Okay, with one Gnut, you see the HP burn, triple activators, and then Gnut at the end. There's another option. Let's see, anything else? Another one, Gnut or Thorion. Again, 3 HP burns. Gnut Marius. You know what, let's write, you can go over here. I think this is only for premium, but let me show you what I can, do, for example. So let's say exclude Gnut. So if you exclude him, you see that this is a more relatable team from my point of view. If you're, someone that gets to the end game, you can use Seer, Lysandra, Lady, Ninja, Marius, right? If you don't have Marius, maybe another max HP like Othorion, if you have an Acresia. So again, you can see the same thing, the speeds that they're using, the team, the stats, the awakenings, pretty much shows you everything. Okay, another option, which this one's pretty fun, is one using TX, right? TX is really fun. This one's a pretty different one. This one relies on, it's a bit slower, but this one relies on HP burn activation, then activation. It does use the block buffs from Mugo, and then it's a reset from Kaimar, which pretty much does the same thing, right? It does the activation of HP burns again. So you can always check it like this and see what are going to be the best teams. But let's have a look at stage 20, right? Let me see if we can see a stage 20 for maybe people that have not gotten to that stage yet. Can we do something with epics only? That's what I want to see. Epics only. There we go. It's not the fastest, right? It's definitely not the fastest, but this is a variation that you can see for epics only. However, you're not going to see a ton of people doing this on stage 20 or not a ton of examples because most people try to push higher. However, from my point of view, the easiest way to do it to try and, beat it with a more relatable, obtainable team would be using stuff like block buffs, right? Because the problem that we have with that boss is when it does that stun, removes all buffs, and also the fact that it has the block damage, right? The boss does the block damage every 9th turn. Let me see. Can we see over here on the boss guide? Yep, over here on the passive, every 9th turn places block damage on them and then spreads it, right? So this is where it becomes problematic. So the easiest way to try and tackle it is bringing people like Sun Wukong, right? Puts block buffs, gives you lots of damage. You can bring people like Ugo, which I don't see here anymore. You can use Seers, the Lydias, right? So you can always try to just bring your free-to-play champions for stage 20. You still get decent gear. It's more efficient, at least for tournament points at least, but it can be done. And I would suggest everybody that does, that does care a little bit about Arena and trying to counter Polymorph to try and farm it, because again, like I said, it's last chance. We only have another 1 week and 6 days, and you might just want to go like this. Okay, let me just show you, for example, how I'm gonna look at it is okay, I'm gonna go at Romanto. Okay, let me see Romanto. Do I have 3 accessories? I do not, right? I look over here, I go to equipped, and I see I only have rings and banners, which means I desperately need at least 1 amulet. Even if it's not the best, I want to have that option to be available to have a full, a full 9 pieces of a set if I want to do that. Same thing, let me look at Demon Spawn. Okay, let's say I want to do my Kaimar. Can I do that for Kaimar? I guess it's going to be easier if I just go to Kaimar itself, because otherwise it's going to take me a while to keep scrolling through it. But like, okay, let's look. Let's see, Kaimar. Do I have enough? Okay, it seems for Demon Spawn I have enough rings, amulets and banners. I'm good. So that's what you should be doing, and that's the way you should try to prepare for when this one ends, because we never know if it's going to come back or not. But yeah, I guess we're going to leave it at this pretty much for today. Let me know again if you want me to make like a top 10 list of what are the best champions in the game that you should be building in the Pinpoint set. Let me know, and I'm gonna do that. But for now, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye, guys.